Overwatch 2 just released a big balancing patch for Stadium, including a lot of nerfs for some of the more problematic heroes. Let's have a look. A new hotfix balancing patch just dropped for Overwatch 2 Stadium, with quite a few changes, including for Soldier 76 and Juno. Let's run down all of them, and we're starting with the tanks. Diva. Nanocola Nitrous. The health was reduced from 25, down from 50. Reduced max life increased to 5%, down from 25%. Reduced duration of nano boost to 4 seconds, down from 8 seconds. And then Boost on Blaster no longer generates ultimate charge. So that means that baby Diva got slapped with the Nerf bat, which was a little too difficult to deal with. On top of that, Boost on Blaster was nerfed because it was too easy to get your mag back. You almost got it instantly, which was not intended. Poor Diva. Orisa. Restore to Fire. Reduce healing to 5% of your max life every 1 second, down from 10%. Solar Regenerate. Reduce armor restoration to 3% of max life, down from 5%. It seems Orisa was a little hard to deal with, a little hard to kill, so the horse's survivability is taking a hit. Reinhardt. Reduce the amount of stadium cash gained for damage and healing by 13.64%. That is an oddly specific number. 13.64. But yeah, it's just going to lower his ramp up, his build up, but overall he should be fine. Zarya. Life Lift. The particle barrier health scaling reduced to 50% of your bonus max life, down from 100. Here to spot you, increased healing to 20% of your max life over 3 seconds, up from 15%. That is the first kind of partly buff on this whole list. The actual one nerf that is in here for Zarya was because that was becoming a must pick, and they don't like that. They want to avoid that. It's a big no-no. Let's move on to DPS. And we're starting out good. May. Colder. Reduce the knockback frequency rate by 60%. Increase how far enemies are knocked back, and increase the damage dealt per knockback to 20, up from 10. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain why they nerfed this. I mean, partly nerfed this. The frequency is lowered substantially. I mean, 60%. It is actually going to give you a chance to get away. And with the bigger knockback, that is going to be involuntary in some cases. But trust me, you want to get away because the damage was doubled. But it is going to be easier to deal with. Reaper. Reduce the amount of stadium cash gained from damage and healing by 10%. I'm slightly surprised by this one. But yeah, it's the same deal with Reinhardt. The build-up is going to be a little slower, but he should be fine. Soldier 76. Reduce the amount of stadium cash gain from damage and healing by 12.5%. The rocket visor duration was reduced to 0.5 seconds, down from 0.75. And Biotic Bullseye increased the ammo restoration to 10% per critical hit, up from 5%. Yeah, I'm not surprised about this one. Not in the slightest. I don't think anybody is going to be surprised, because the rocket visor build was too easy and too powerful. So now it's still easy, but a little less powerful. Let's have a look at the supports. Kiriko. Reduce the amount of stadium cash gained from damage and healing by 16.67%. That is a big hit in cash. If I would get paid 16.67% less, what is 16.67% of 0? Anyways, huge hit. But wait till you see the next one. Juno. Increase the amount of stadium cash gained from damage and healing by 33.33%. Cosmic Coolant target hit reduced to 0.5 seconds, down from 1 second. Polestar Destroyers. Removed the 50% ability power. Added the 10% ability lifesteal. A Solar Shielding ability power reduced to 15%, down from 25%. 33% extra cash. Making it rain. On the other hand, yeah, the 120% torpedo build is dead. Rest in peace. It will be missed. I think Juno is going to be fine. Right? Lucio. Increase the amount of stadium cash gained from damage and healing by 10%. Crowd Pleaser. Healing reduced to 150% of crossfade healing, down from 200%. Megaphone. Amp it up duration reduced to 15%, down from 20%. Signature Shift. Increased projectile size increased to 80%, up from 20%. And B-Side Bob, health increased to 50, up from 25. More cash for Lucio. I like. They are, however, lowering the healing output from the Amp It Up build, and they are boosting his damage potential. 80% larger projectiles? That is, no pun intended, huge. Look, Lucio was doing really well, performance-wise, not in pick rate, but that was because he was basically more of a heal bot. Specifically, that one build made him into a heal bot with, maybe an extra boob, which is not super exciting for a lot of players, so they're trying to switch that up. Let's see if this all is going to help. But that was all of it. A pretty big hotfix, if you ask me. Oh, you didn't? Oh, fine. Be that way then. And as always, they're going to keep a close eye on everything, and we'll see more changes if it is necessary. But tell me, what do you think about these changes? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.